Hello and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new to my channel then hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience studying with the Open University. So without further ado, let's get into it. Oh god, my tea's still hot. So I have made a few notes in my notepad, so if you see me looking down, it's just so I'm having a look at my notes so I don't forget anything. I am 22 years old, I turn 23 in about 2 weeks time, and I didn't know what I wanted to study when I was 17, 18. A lot of my friends were going to college, doing their A-levels, getting ready to go to university. They had career plans in mind, and I just didn't have a clue, to be honest. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had no plan. I dropped out of college and I got a job at a dental practice and went on to do my national diploma level 3 in dental nursing. Not long after that I moved to London and started working in a private dental practice in London, and it was there that I really discovered that I wanted to study business. I got really interested in business, how businesses were run, how dental practices were run, but how businesses in general were run. So I started looking around at my options at going to university. I hadn't done my A-levels, so I was limited as to where I could apply for brick unis, so physical universities that you go to. I was kind of limited as to what I could apply for, so I discovered the Open University, and it was a good option for me because I'd been working full time since finishing college, and to go back to university, to stop working full time and to lose that money was something that I didn't want to do. So coupled with not having any A-levels and wanting to get a degree, I was kind of limited to my choices, but then the Open University was a really great option for me. So I'll give you a bit of a background. The OU, they are a distance learning university, so you study predominantly from home. You don't go to lectures like you would for a normal university, like a few days a week. You get given a tutor who'll help you through your modules, and your modules will be dependent upon what course you choose. So you could pick a normal degree, like a degree in business management, or a degree in art, a degree in English, or they also have the option of what's called an open degree. And an open degree is where you can sort of cherry pick modules from different courses, study them, so you do 120 credits level 1, 120 credits level 2, 120 credits level 3 to get your honours degree, whether that's a BA or a BSc, depending on what modules you chose. But it really gives you the option to tailor make your degree. So if you wanted to do a bit of English and a bit of business, or if you wanted to do a bit of art and a bit of creative writing, you can cherry pick the modules so that it suits you. So the degree is completely tailor made to what you want to study and for how you want your career path to sort of progress. So I started off on an open degree because I wasn't entirely sure what modules, what route I wanted to go down. So my level 1 unit, my level 1 modules, sorry, they were on an open degree route. So I cherry picked what modules I wanted to do in my first year, and all of them were business related or finance related. So moving on to my level 2 modules, I decided I wanted to go down the business management, BA in business management route. So I then had to follow sort of a structured path for the rest of my degree. You still get to choose different modules, however it's from like a set group of modules that will be combined to create your degree for your qualification. So I'm currently in my second year, if you were going to be doing it in 3 years. So I've done all my level 1s in 1 year. I'm aiming to do my level 2s in 1 year, and I'm also aiming to do my level 3s in 1 year, which is not an easy task when you're working 30 hours a week. Most of the time they will advise you to do about 60 credits a year if you're working full time, not 120, but you do have the option of spreading it out. So if you do work full time and you can't study full time, you need to study part time, you can spread your degree out, so you'll do 60 credits a year, 30 credits a year, whatever suits you. You have up to 12 years to complete your degree. You don't have to do it in 3 years. I just want to do it in 3 years so I can get it done, basically. But you have the option to tailor make that to however suits you best. So you don't have to study everything all in one go. You don't have to get bogged down. If you've not studied for a while, starting with just 30 credits, 60 credits is a really good way to sort of ease your way back into studying. If you're at home with kids, it gives you the flexibility to study around your children, around other people's schedules, because it is predominantly from home. So like I said, you'll have a tutor. Your tutor will be the one that marks your assignments. They'll set up activities on your tutor group forum. You'll also have a tutor group, so you'll have the opportunity to sort of speak with other students that are studying the same as what you are. A lot of the time they'll also set up Facebook groups, so there'll be lots of people that you can speak to, you can all help each other. Even though you're not in a classroom together, you still have a lot of support from other people that are studying the exact same thing that you are. So you don't feel like you're alone, even though you're not going to a classroom. However, speaking of classrooms, they do also provide face-to-face tutorials as well as online tutorials. So once every few weeks they might set up a tutorial in a location. For me, it's easiest to get into London, but they do have them spread out all across the UK, depending on what you're studying. So they'll set up a tutorial so you can go speak to your tutor. It'll be like a 3-hour session. They'll run through all your work. They'll go through the assignments with you, and it's a really good way to know if you're on track, and it gives you the opportunity to speak face to face with somebody who's able to help you with your work. They also do online tutorials, so if you're not able to get to a face-to-face tutorial, they do have the option of online. So if the reason you're studying distance learning is because you can't commit to going somewhere, you can study from your laptop. The online tutorials, I think you can now download the software onto your phone and your iPad or tablet, so it's so easy and so flexible to study sort of wherever you are. A lot of my level 1 modules as well, the books, the textbooks, they were downloadable onto Kindle or tablet, so I could download all my textbooks for free. It's all included. They send you your books, they're all included. So I know that one of the big struggles with studying at university is having to pay for your textbooks. One of the joys with the OU is that all of your textbooks are provided to you. You don't have to go out and buy any books, so that's another big plus. If you're concerned about money, that's a plus as well. It is also a little bit cheaper than some of the BRIC universities. The yearly cost isn't as much to go to the OU for most of the modules. I think one of my friends, they pay about £9 a year and I pay about 5. So obviously it's covered by my student loan, but in the long run the amount that I'll have to pay back will be less than if I was to study at a BRIC university and pay £9 a year. I'd much rather be paying 5 and I still get the same degree at the end of the day. In terms of how you're assessed, a lot of it is assignment based, but there are also exams. I mean, that's for my modules. I don't know how other people's modules work. In my first year I didn't do any exams, I picked all assignment based modules, but this year I will have 2 big exams at the end of June, and I've got about 5-6 assignments per module spread out across 9 months. That's just because I'm choosing to do 2 modules side by side. If you were studying one module, obviously you wouldn't have as much work as what I do, but I just don't make things easy for myself. There is this misconception that a degree from the OU isn't a proper degree, or it's not favoured amongst employers, but actually what it shows is that you have the determination to go and work and study at the same time. It is a proper degree. I don't know what you mean by not a proper degree. It is a degree. My degree is the same as if you were to go to another university. It's the same degree at the end of the day. I have the same qualification, I've studied the same amount, but I've done it whilst working full time, whilst juggling other commitments. So I have to self-motivate myself a lot, and employers see that. They know that studying with the OU is very self-motivating. You have to work at it yourself. You're not having someone in the background in the classroom telling you, you have to do this, you have to study this on this day, blah blah blah. No. You get home from work and you study. You have your weekends and you study. I mean, obviously, if you don't work, you've got a lot more time, but if you're like me, working 30 hours a week, I have to self-motivate myself to get my studying done. But because it's something that I want, it's something that I find is easy for me to do. I mean, if I'd have gone and studied at 18 and picked something that I just picked for the sake of it, then I might not be as determined, but because I've waited a few years, I've picked a subject that I really want to learn about, and I've chosen a route that works for me. I find that the motivation is there anyway. I mean, obviously you all have days where you have an assignment to do and you look at it and you procrastinate. I am so bad for procrastinating, but at the end of the day it's my future, and if I don't get the work done, I don't get my degree, and it's a lot of money to go down the drain. Even though it's a bit cheaper, it's still a lot of money. So I'm not sure if I've covered everything or not. The main reasons I picked the Open University were, one, flexibility. I could fit it around work, I could fit it around other commitments, and I could choose how I wanted to spread my work, if I wanted to get it done in 3 years or if I wanted to take my time, do it in a longer period of time, but make sure my work was, you know, to a high standard. Also, there was the cost factor. It is a little bit cheaper, like I said. My monthly fees are lower than what I know some other people are paying, so that's always a plus. There's also the plus of all my textbooks are included. I don't have to go out and buy any textbooks, they all get sent to me in the post, which is excellent. There's also the option of online tutorials or face-to-face tutorials, or you don't have to go to your tutorials. It's completely up to you. Again, flexibility is key. I also like the fact that I have my tutor who I can email, I can call if I have any problems. And yeah, the main reason is that I didn't have to give up work in order to get my degree, and it was an option that was available to me when I didn't have A-levels. I dropped out of college. Like I said, I got my national diploma, but it wasn't enough to get me into necessarily another university. So this was a good option for me, and at the end of the day I'll still get the same qualification. It is a proper degree, and I'm hoping that future employers will see that for what it is. They'll see that I've dedicated a lot of time, I have self-motivated myself, and I've done it all alongside working and other commitments. So employers really value that. They can see that it takes a lot of motivation to be able to study off your own back whilst working and whilst juggling a family. If you've got children, it takes a lot of courage to go back to school and study again. A lot of people study with the Open University. I mean, it's not just degrees, they'll do diplomas, they'll do degrees, like I said, you can get master's degrees. They do all different levels. They do access courses, so if you haven't studied for a while and you're thinking about getting back into it but you don't want to jump into a full degree, there's access courses. There's also some free courses on there just to sort of ease you into studying again if it is something you've not done for a few years but you really want to, you know, get back out there, give it a go. You've decided you want to study something. It's such a good choice. So I hope this video has given you a bit of an insight as to what it's like for me personally studying with the Open University, some of the pros of studying with the Open University, and why I chose to study this way and why it works for me. If you have any questions about what it's like studying with the OU, or any general questions, then please do leave them in the comments below. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have about the OU in general or my experience. Please like this video to see more from me. It really helps my channel, and also click the subscribe button. It is free, it's big, it's red. Just click it and you'll get to see all my upcoming videos. But for now, that's all from me, and I will see you again soon. Bye!